Welcome back to episode 3 of the lore of Sophia on the Vivtorcraft server. Will this be the end of Sophia, or do I need to make another episode on her lore story? If you didn't watch the last video, probably you gotta need to watch it because I'm not gonna explain everything again. And subscribe that subscribe button for more weird stories on this server. So let's get right into it. So it's probably May, and Sophia takes over as owner on the server. And after committing more crimes than anyone had, to the point where the government was probably scared, Sophia needs to lay low and I had to pretend, not prevent, to become a good owner. So you might be wondering what a good owner does on a server, or any type of server, especially on the Vivtorcraft server here. Well, the first thing Sophia does is a Bed Wars update on our, on our server, changing everything in Bed Wars. Basically everything. Change how firewalls worked, this works, everything. The whole thing got changed, and a bunch of players actually play Bed Wars on our server. So it was actually a really great deal, and I actually like it, except the fireballs, they seem slightly worse than before, but that's a different time, you know. Sophia took it another step forward and fixed so many bugs, so many that I actually could not remember all of them, so I just put fixed bugs on all these signs. And there's been some bugs that have been there for like 3-4 years that Sophia just decided to fix suddenly out of nowhere, and owner previously was way too lazy to do all of that stuff, and I usually am the one who fixed these bugs because I'm also an admin on this server, so I also fix this stuff. Well, not anymore, but you know, I used to do these bug fixes. But anyways, I guess this is a good thing because now I don't need to fix them. And I thought that was the end of all what Sophia did for the updates. But no, the biggest thing she done, Sophia, is that she updated the server to the latest version of 1.19. And I actually know that 1.20 is probably out, probably 1.20.2 will probably be out by the time I release this video. But this is still in May, so Minecraft 1.20 still hasn't came out. And this was a really big jump from, I believe, 1.17. straight to 1.19, so it was actually really good. We got a lot of new stuff. Updating the server is actually a really painful process because you need to make sure all the plugins work, all the code is working, all the command blocks need to be all functioning, and then there's other stuff that needs to be working in the background, and making sure all the players who don't want to update their Minecraft to the latest version also can be able to play the server, blah blah blah. And you know, all this could explode and the Minecraft server can just explode. And I actually do remember doing this server update for 1.16, and it was just me by myself, and it was such a pain. So basically, Sophia spent the entire month of May just doing good stuff just to get everyone to trust her, and basically she succeeds because everyone suddenly accepts her as the new owner, and that everyone actually preferred this Sophia because previous owner didn't update the server, didn't fix bugs, didn't even do a Bed Wars update. So yeah, it was really good, but my friend was still extremely suspicious of Sophia. So June arrives, and this is where the server goes full on crazy mode because school and college is over and everyone's online, and this entire story gets so complicated because, you know, everyone's online. So I'm just gonna hopefully talk about the important stuff. So out of nowhere, Epic Quincy, who was turned into a wolf by Sophia, I talked about that in last episode, and suddenly just disappeared out of nowhere. The imposter Vivtorsing, the imposter, right, is also confused that, you know, the wolf went missing and just assumed it like got up and left. I have no idea. And Sophia noticed, and she was like, oh, I'll help you find it. But really, in reality, she really didn't care because, you know, she's trying to do her evil deeds. Sophia is looking for 5 more items that she needs to destroy the server. I can't remember what the 5 items were, but one of them is the Illusioner spawner, the one mob that Minecraft added to the game that hasn't been actually edited. It's just in the code. You have to get it by command blocks and stuff like that. And me and my friend decided to go find it before Sophia finds it, and we're gonna take it and hide it somewhere. So we looked for it, and we found it next to a pillager post. really weird. And there was actually a book there that actually was from the owner of the server, and it was there since 2019, which is really cool because I believe the owner found this thing. It was like, oh my god, this is gonna be such a powerful thing, and I'm gonna hide it here so no one can find it. And probably in 2019, the city was probably really small, and he probably assumed that the city wouldn't expand that much. But here we are. The server is like huge now. So yeah, we found it, and my actually friend took the item and hid it somewhere in a bunker. If you wanted to know, but that's just a bit off topic. So yeah, there's other stuff that happened, but I don't think it makes sense. So anyways, in July, there's this evil villain called Question Mark. He's probably one of the first villains ish, not really, probably first on the server, or second, I think. And he's no longer a villain. He's now a good person, because ever since he lost his villager named Dinnerbone with a lowercase d, finally came back. And it's so funny because Dinnerbone was stuck in a bunker right under Question Mark's base. And Question Mark didn't even notice that there was like a hidden bunker under his base. It's super weird, but it's so funny because he was like, wait, this was down here this whole time? How come I never noticed? Good stuff on the server. Dinnerbone was stuck down there for like, I think 4 years. And you know how these little villagers are, they're such a sad story. But eventually he comes back, Question Mark and Dinner. Oh no, the squid's dying in the background. I'm getting distracted. So, yeah, basically they reunite, and Question Mark's like, hey, we should make some competition and build our own city to compete with Flower City. Competition is good. Flower City is already so expensive; it's already costing a premium for these players. So Sophia found out that Question Mark was gonna build a city and told him immediately just to start construction. Question Mark being the like a professional he is, he's like, oh, I don't have the Minecraft dollars, so let me make a stock market, which my friend bought for like $1 million or something. And I actually really thought he was gonna run away with the money, but he didn't and started the actual project, which is cool. And basically he starts the project. Yeah, it's still going on, so slowly but surely. And one day out of nowhere, yet again, I don't know where we are on the server. It feels like stuff happens when we're not online, but that's probably how servers run these days. But Sophia noticed that like someone was walking around the server with their wolf, and Sophia decided to like go inspect it. We weren't there, so this is from someone else. This is from Sophia telling us this, so we have to probably believe it. So Sophia noticed that someone was walking with the wolf. And when Sophia went up to the with the player and the wolf, she noticed that the wolf was actually Epic Quincy, and the player with the wolf was named Shashi. Shashi, I think it's Shashi, and basically a new player that moved near the city. Well, not into our city, but into the Question Mark city. I think it was the second customer for Question Mark. So cool for him, Pogs. But they used to live, I think, like a couple thousand blocks away from the spawn in the cities, so that's really cool. But Sophia really liked Shashi for some reason because Shashi was actually a new player and really kind and doesn't know anything about this server and how confusing it is and nothing about the lore and anything. So basically, it's a good person to do it. So Sophia does the really weird thing, and Owner, the one who turned into the green boots thanks to Sophia doing the black magic thing from the last episode. I talked about it, remember? So Sophia decided to give the boots to Shashi as a welcome gift. And we found this out a few days later because Sophia told us. And Sophia told us one thing that she didn't tell Shashi is that if Shashi somehow breaks the boots from taking too much damage, the regular ways how armor breaks, basically if they break, Owner basically just gets permanently banned from the server. I don't know how she coded that in, but sure, cool. and we needed to move fast because who knows how shy she is on the player. We don't know if she's a good PvPer or whatever. And we needed to move fast, but I don't think we really focused on that too much. We really didn't care because out of nowhere, a weird big drama happened, and then a protest happened, and I think they were all mad at the imposter, and it made no sense at the time. We still don't know why the protest and drama happened. We think Sophia was involved in it, but at the same time, there's no connections making it to it. But after the protest and the weird drama, suddenly the imposter Vivtorsing disappeared from the server. So now that's 2 players, technically 3, but you know how this is. Sophia got all 5 items because apparently other players like us that fell into the trap got the items for Sophia, hide them somewhere, and Sophia easily found them. And yeah, Sophia announced the end of the server with a announcement of a brand new server called Vivtorcraft, which is funny, but and we all had 1 week to prepare for this ultimate end. And in 1 week, she was going to blow up the entire server and start the new era, I guess. So, basically, I think everyone on the server left that week. They were too scared to build anything, worrying that, whatever they build might get blown up. So the server went extremely quiet. And now it's the first week of August. And this is now the time for Sophia to blow up the entire server. So joke's on me for not recording this because I'm dumb and didn't know that it was gonna be something crazy. I thought it was gonna be like a 10-second thing, but no, it turned into like a whole entire story plot or something. I had to use some weird play plugin on our server, which is weird and buggy, and it's for, I guess there's so many players online that day that it had a hard time recording everything, so it just recorded the important stuff, which is fine, but okay. So yeah, maybe next time I'll record something like that. Watch, and there's nothing big's gonna happen. So basically, you might be confused from that scene. Like the imposter killed Sophia, the imposter me killed Sophia, the nuke and the other stuff. And there's actually a book there that we read. It's like almost 10 pages long, explaining what exactly happened. Apparently, Victoria was the one who saved us all. Crazy, I know. The same Victoria who helps me in my videos. You probably see her in my shorts, some of my other weird videos. You know, she tends to help me. She's helping me on this one too. She wrote the script somewhat. Well, actually peer reviewed it just to make sure I have everything correct. She said it's fine, which means it could be wrong. So she basically was the one who kidnapped the imposter me, and just like took the soul out from the body, blah blah blah. It's just, confusing lore, confusing stuff on the server that I don't know why we play on this server, but yeah. So then Victoria put some like weird controller to control my body or something like that, and then on that event where the server is gonna blow up, she came in, killed me, because remember that 9 months ago ish we talked to Sophia bot saying, like, we asked the question, who's gonna kill Sophia, who's gonna defeat her, and the Sophia bot said that only Vivtorsing could beat Sophia. So basically she predicted the future, and yeah, it's somewhat, I guess it's correct. I thought it was gonna be me, but apparently it's just my body in the game. I don't know, it's super strange. Victoria should make a lore video in this instead. I feel like she knows more, because she's the main. She's now the main character, I guess. I don't know. Now, now that Sophia's gone, so Victoria did take Sophia's body and thing to her lab. Apparently, she has a lab, and now she did return my skin back. Thanks, Victoria. That was actually very nice. I thought I was gonna be stuck as not epic, but Pelicoco, but nope, here I am as my skin. And now basically, here's the few issues. Now we have Owner, who's still stuck as Boots, Epic Quincy still as a wolf, and there's no owner of the server nor a leader for Flower City. So the cool thing that happened right after is Bob, yes, Bob, the one and only. I don't think I talked about Bob, but he decided to run for owner of the server. And when he was running, he was actually the only one running, so he technically was winning. Until out of nowhere, owner's sister Olivia came, slapped Bob out of the competition, and just did a hostile takeover and became owner of the server. Like, wow, that's so nice of you to Bob. Poor Bob doesn't get anything he wants, but anyways, maybe Bob will get his own story one day. He'll make his own chapter. But, now we have Olivia, new character into this. I mean, not a new character. I think I talked about her last episode, but if I didn't, I didn't. And basically, this is a new chapter of the story. We don't know what Olivia's going to do, but she's already doing a bunch of crazy stuff. So, this is the end. Hit that subscribe button if you want to know more about this Vivtorcraft server and the lore behind it. If you want to hear what Olivia has in mind for this server, slap that subscribe button, because we don't know what she has to offer. All we know is that she built this giant thing. Actually, not her, but 4 others of her friends built this giant thing behind me. It's probably the admin house, the first ever. It doesn't look that bad, and it's actually pretty nice. I would go inside and look around, but it's all still empty, as you can see. So yeah. Anyways, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button down below. Maybe solve this lore mystery for me, because there's still unsolved things that happen. Sophia is still technically on the server. It's just that she can't really play. She's just like a entity now, I guess. Like, that's a soul, what entity. So she can still talk to us and stuff. Who knows if this is actually the end of Sophia? We do have a feeling that she might have a return. There is, because of owner still being stuck as shoes, but Victoria did tell me that Epic Quincy can turn back to normal because she has some like weird potion that can do it. I don't know. So yeah, anyways guys, hope you enjoy this video, and bye guys!